number 17. And when they had opened their treasures, they presented gifts to him, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Christmas is a happy time, right? But, Christmas can actually invite a mixture of emotions. So for some people, for some kids, it's a really happy time. But, for some people, it's not always entirely happy. It's a very busy time. Maybe someone has experienced a great loss in their life just before Christmas or during the Christmas time. And so different things can happen, and it may not be that happy a time. There might be people who've grown up who've had a pretty rough life, a tough time. And for them, Christmas time, with all its happiness and everybody joyful and presents and lights on the trees and lights around the neighborhood, it's just a reminder for them of how difficult life has been. So Christmas can really be quite a mixture of things. But basically, Christmas is a happy time, right? I'll tell you a little story that's kind of fun. I don't know what young people do today, but when me and my older sister were in about 7th grade, at Christmas time, people often bought gifts for one another, for their friends, right? It wasn't just that you gave gifts to your family members, you gave gifts to your friends. And my sister had quite a pile of friends at that time, a bunch of girlfriends, right? And these girlfriends got into this thing where they just sort of all thought that they have to give each other all gifts. So my sister each year would spend lots of money, trying to get these gifts for all of her friends because she just thought, well, we have to do this, right? And so one time I was sitting with her, just visiting, and suddenly she came out with this poem. I think she just thought of it on the spur of the moment. It went like this. Christmas comes but once a year. I wish it were not here. You throw your money away. I'm glad it's not Christmas every day. So that's a little fun poem about a little girl who was, struggling with, spending all her money on these gifts, and feeling like it wasn't something that we were all doing because we loved doing it, but because you sort of had to, because that's what you do. Okay, so that's a little story to say that, yeah, Christmas can be a mixture of feelings, can it? All right, so if you were going to say something to the world, if you had a chance to say something that was positive, hopeful, and just positive, if you had a chance to send one message to the whole world that was positive and hopeful, what would that message be? Just one message to the whole world. Okay?
To love God.
Love God, yeah.
The Lord is God.
The Lord is God.
If you see anybody that's struggling with life, maybe help them.
If you see someone struggling with life, maybe help them, okay?
Have a good day.
Have a good day.
Be kind.
Be kind.
Always find the good and happy things in every problem.
Always find the good and what?
Always find the good and happy things so you won't be like sad. Even if it's a problem.
Always find the good and happy things so you won't be sad, was what I heard.
And if there's like a problem or something, find something good.
Even if there's a problem, see if you can find something good in it, because often there is if you look hard enough. Yeah, that's interesting. Yep.
Sort of like what Naomi said, look for the good and happiness, but then if there isn't, make some.
If there isn't good and happiness, make some. Okay? Yes, Paul?
Always smile or say hello at people because it might boost their confidence.
Yeah, always smile or say hello. It might boost their confidence. One of the things I've noticed, there was one person I one time worked with. And no matter how, and when you're in a work setting, things are sometimes easier, sometimes they're rougher. Sometimes it's just a tough day. But this person, no matter how tough a day this person was going through, when they walked by you in the hallway, they wouldn't necessarily even say hi. they would just smile. Right? And what I noticed was that no matter how hard my day might be, or how challenging some of the relationship stuff was that was going on in the workplace, I couldn't deny the fact that when this person would walk past and smile, I couldn't deny that a smile is a good thing. Just interesting. That was just their way of being positive. Yep.
Once it looked like someone was having a bad day. When you were driving here, it was the person that helps kids cross the street, and I waved at him and he smiled.
Nice. Okay, so there's stories of simple little happiness that happen at Christmas time and at other times of the year. So, okay, I like your messages that you came up with. If you had a chance to give one message to the world that was positive and hopeful, what would it be? I love the ones that you came up with. Well, in our reading today, the prophet is talking about the Lord's coming, and he's talking about all these positive things. And he ends by just saying, God reigns. Okay? So let's read that. It says, this is the prophet speaking, how beautiful upon the mountains are the feet of him or her who brings good news, who proclaims peace, who brings glad tidings of good things, who proclaims salvation, and who says to Zion, your God reigns. That's just an interesting statement by the prophet, full of positive stuff. So now I'll tell you another little story. This is about me and Ellen, my wife. One of the things we do around the house, we can be going through a rough week. I'm having a rough week, or she's having a rough week. And one of the fun things that we'll do is we'll just say to each other, it's rough. Life is rough. Yeah, life is rough. And then we sort of make it to the end of our week and we get to relax over the weekend, right? Or at the end of Friday, we might both come home and say, oh man, it was a rough week. Yeah, life is rough, right? And we're saying it with a smile on our face. It's a way of saying, yeah, life is tough, but it's okay. It's all right. So beautiful on the mountain are the feet of those who bring good tidings, who proclaim peace, who bring glad tidings of good things, and who proclaim salvation, and who in the end say, the Lord reigns, okay? So, here are the things that the prophet said. The person who brings good news, who proclaims peace, who talks of good things, and who says, you know what? Salvation is a good thing. Salvation you could think of as people dying and going to the other world and being saved from evil and sin. But salvation can also mean good things are happening. Things are looking up. Good things are happening. Okay? So, let's see. Some of the things that you said. What were some of the things that you said would be the messages? Remind me of the messages that you had. I was going to write them down. I forgot to. Yeah.
To help people who you think are having a bad day.
Okay, yeah.
Those people.
Yeah.
Be kind.
Be kind, all right. That's a good thing. Yep. You had one, Sasha, didn't you? What was it?
Have a good day.
Have a good day, okay? Have a good day. Salvation. It's a good day. Yep.
The Lord is God.
The Lord is God, okay? Yep.
Look for the good and kindness, and if there isn't any, make some, and it'll come back to you.
Okay. The good things, good and kindness, okay? Is that a handout? Nope. Paulus, did you have one too? No? Oh, yeah, you said something about a smile, didn't you? Yeah, that's right. Okay. That's a good thing, right? That helps bring peace in the world. So one of the things I was listening for was to see how the things that you came up with might align with some of these things that the prophet spoke. And in the end, what did the prophet say? I hid these because so you couldn't see through. The final message that he said was, your God reigns. The Lord's in charge. Everything's going to be okay. So Christmas is a happy time. And it can bring a mixture of feelings for different people, right? It really can. Like my sister with her poem, or me and my wife walking around at Christmas time saying, oh, it's rough, right? But in the end, there's really lots of good stuff. And in the end, the Lord reigns. The Lord's in charge. The Lord does bring good things. Naomi said, look for the good things, even in the challenging times. Okay? Because they're there. The Lord reigns at Christmas time and every day. Let's rise. The grace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with us all. Amen. Have our word closer. Supper. Let's leave it.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks for coming, everybody. Have a great day and a great weekend. Hooray! Goodbye, goodbye. Everybody, have a good day.